Good day everyone, my name is Teacher Kathleen and in this video, we will talk about the important points in the field of early childhood education. Are you ready? If you are, then let's go. DAP or Developmentally Appropriate Practice is a teaching perspective in early childhood education where a teacher nurtures the child's development in all aspects. This was adopted in 1987 by the NAEYC or the National Association for the Education of Young Children, which outlines 5 key areas, which include creating a caring community for learners, teaching to enhance development and learning, planning curriculum to achieve important goals, assessing children's development and learning, and establishing reciprocal relationships with families. DAP also have 3 core considerations, which are the following: knowledge of childhood development, which prepares us to make decisions on the environment, interactions, and activities and materials for the field; knowing what is appropriately right for each child through assessment, which helps us to know each child's individual skills, needs, strengths, abilities, challenges, and interests; and lastly, knowing what is culturally important, which enables us to ensure that all the practices that we do are respectful and meaningful for each child and family. There are also many basic principles of development that inform DAP, which include the domains of development, observations or documentations, seeing each child as unique, and knowing the impact of early experiences, relationships, and play has on the early years. In early childhood education, we have different theories of development, and in this section, we will have an overview of each of them. First, the psychosexual development by Sigmund Freud focuses on the emotional and social development of the learner. Second, the psychosocial development theory of Erik Erikson focuses on the development of one's emotional life, psychological traits, and development of self-identity. Third, behaviorist theory. We have 7 types under this. These are the connectionism, stimulus-response theory, classical conditioning theory, operant conditioning theory, purposive behaviorism, the 9 events of instruction, and direct instruction. Fourth, the cognitive theory of Jean Piaget talks about the mental development of a child. Fifth, the social-cultural theory of Lev Vygotsky believes that social interaction presides medium for mental language and social development. Sixth, the ecological theory of Urie Bronfenbrenner describes development as a lasting change in the way which a person perceives and deals with his or her environment. Seventh, the multiple intelligences theory of Howard Gardner implies that every child is unique and special in different ways. 8. The maturation theory of Arnold Giselle believes that the child's development is directed from within by the action of the genes. And lastly, the humanistic theory of Abraham Maslow focuses on what motivates people to be well, successful, and mentally healthy. When we talk about the ECE professionals, these are the teachers who are teaching in the field of early childhood education. Their role in the students' lives are very important because they will be the ones to teach the basic things to them, including reading, writing, playing, dancing, and other activities that will lead the students to expand their horizons. The ECE professionals are expected to have essential attributes to become an effective ECE teacher. These attributes include strong communicator, listens well, focuses on collaboration, adaptable, patient, shares best practices, and many more to mention. In early childhood education, we have types of employments, which are the preschool teacher, kindergarten and elementary school teacher, child care center director, and school counselor or psychologist. The preschool teacher introduces young children to education and prepares them for kindergarten. The kindergarten and elementary school teacher creates lesson plans for math, English, and science, but also teach students the soft skills they need. The childcare center director oversees all of the preschool teachers and childcare workers. And lastly, the school counselor or psychologist can diagnose learning disabilities, emotional or behavioral problems in young students. In ACE, we have different programs being offered, and each one of these programs can contribute greatly to your child's development in different ways. First, the Montessori approach. This allows the child to work on a skill according on his own pace to mastery. Teachers are called as guides and the learners as works. Learning in this program is hands-on with a focus on social and practical life skills. Number 2, Reggio Emilia approach. This allows students to focus on learning their four senses to learn, and the teacher is more of a facilitator. Third, Waldorf approach. This focuses on the child's spirit, soul, and body. Teachers seek to foster an inner drive for learning and to uncover a child's innate strengths and abilities. Fourth, high scope approach. Here, there is a focus on academics based on child development research. Teachers use a method called scaffolding. They support students to extend and build skills. Fifth, Bank Street. This approach is play-based, active learning through experience. This also has a focus on the child's mental, social, emotional, and physical growth. We all know that the educational systems in different countries do differ in many ways. If we will analyze the differences and similarities of the ACE in other countries and in ours, we will see a lot of things. The abbreviation timeline for ACE in other countries started in 1423 and 1439. The invention of printing and movable type happened. In 1657 to 1658, the first children's book with pictures was created by Comenius. In 1690, John Locke published his essay which postulated that children are born with a tabula rasa or clean slate, on which all experiences are written. And there are still a lot more to tell. While here in the Philippines, the timeline for ACE started during the Spanish regime, where certain textbooks as Cartilla and Pagina de la Infancia were utilized, which contains alphabets and prayers. In 1924, the opening of kindergarten education at Harris Memorial School, Manila, pioneered preschool education under the directorship of Miss Mary A. Evans. In 1940, the Bureau of Private Schools had authorized 129 kindergarten classes, getting an enrollment of 6,449. However, the World War II disrupted the growth of the program. Now, this is not just what the history of ACE is all about. But if we will look closely to what we have discussed earlier, we can see that the other countries were ahead of us when it comes to establishing ACE in our place. In all countries, we learn the developmental theories in ACE to better understand our students, and also, we follow legal frameworks established for us to become more effective as educators. Early childhood education is really broad, and if you want to learn more about this field, do not hesitate to join us. We would love to learn with you and to impact real lives with your help. Alright, thank you everyone for watching. I hope that you have learned something from this vlog. Keep safe everyone. This is Teacher Kathleen. Until next time, adios.